Wyze app for the Wyze Safe. Here you can see I have my safe all the way down here at the bottom of my list. What you first do is select it, and then it's going to prompt you for the password. If you don't put in your password, it will not let you in. Now this is a separate password than for the safe itself. This is just for the application. And once you do that, it brings you into the app portion for the safe. Now I will state right here at the top, this big unlock button is based off Bluetooth and your proximity to the safe, and I'll be gesturing over to the right because that's where my safe is currently. And I will say I ran a test where I set this up, left the safe alone for 2 months, and when I tried to reconnect via Bluetooth to the safe, it would not allow me to do that. I had to use either the PIN code on the safe or the fingerprint scanner, after which I ejected the included batteries and then put them back in, and then I was able to use my button here to unlock the safe again. So keep that in mind. If you're storing this for long periods of time without actually connecting it to the app, you might have to reset things by unplugging the batteries like I did, which in my opinion makes this portion of the application a bit of a gimmick. I will say that after I reinstated it, all these actions that I did in fact get pushed over to it. So here you can see actions, closed, open, that's what I just did via the button here. The unlock via the app, here's the owner, here's via a test code, which is something I'll show you in a moment, via the app. Multi-failed attempts, what that will do is that'll set off the alarm and send a notification to your phone letting you know that somebody has tried to attempt to access the safe multiple times. I like the fact that they give you this kind of feed, and here if I come over, right there I unlocked it, and we'll give it a moment to push that information over to the application itself. There you go, unlocked via code and open. And unless I close the lid, I will not get a closed notification, which again is good, so you'll know if you left this open. Now, this is all we can do on the main page. This is kind of how we control things. In the upper right hand corner here, this is the sprocket icon. This is our settings. So right here, we have our name at the top. You have a couple default, you got other things, or you can pick your own as to what you'd like it to be. You have your share right here, and this again is for manage of the emergency safe. So I can share, just like you can share one of their cameras and the ability to manipulate the settings for those, but the person will need a Wyze account and then you can share with them. Here we have our fingerprints, and right now I only have one fingerprint, but if I wanted to, I can add a bunch more. And then right here, if we hit the question mark, it lets you know if you have any apprehension about having your fingerprint scanned by the Wyze Safe. Fingerprints are stored securely on the safe only. Only the owner of the gun safe can scan a new fingerprint, and then fingerprint access does not require the Wyze app. So what that means is you first have to log in as the owner of the safe before you can scan new fingerprints in, but after that they are stored securely on the device itself and will no longer need the application, which is good again if the app doesn't talk via Bluetooth like the problem I had. Here we have access codes. Perhaps you'd rather have a push pin number that a person can use to access the safe. Well, here is how you can add more people or reset somebody's code. Now this is reset my code, but if I select test, I can reset my test account. And I will say it is nice because it will also tell you who logged in. So if you have multiple people with access numbers to the safe, it will let you know right there. So if I do a guest name, so we'll go test 3, which will spell horribly wrong, and I'll select next. One of the things that the Wyze Safe does is if I try and do the password of 1, 2, 3, 4, and then select next, it tells me not to use repeating numbers or numbers in a sequence. So what we'll do is, I'll do 1423 and select next. And what that's doing is it's going to say, okay, this is the password for our TES3 person. And if I come back quickly to our main thing, we'll give that a moment to show up. There you see TES3 unlocked, and then I'll close, and one more time. I'm going to open with my other test account and then close, and that's again what I like. It tells you who the person is who opened it. And then one last time using my account, there you go. Back up to our settings. That was our access code. Here we have our sound settings. So we have sound on or off. That's going to be the chirp to let you in or out. And then you have normal and high. Perhaps you heard that off camera. Just letting you know what those sound effects are going to be like. Coming back, we have our light settings. So you have your keypad light. Well, will the keypad light up as you type? Interior light. Do you want to be able to see what's going on in the safe? And then interior light timeout. 10 seconds, 15, 30, up to a minute. 10 seconds is pretty good. I'll pop it up to 15. You heard it chime, letting me know it was doing something. App lock, here we go. Create a new app lock code. So this is the 4 to 8 digit code that you need to get into the application. I'm not going to redo that, but just know as part of the setup process, you did have to set up that app lock code. And then device info, lots of sensitive information in there. Not going to show you that. And then Wyze support, selecting that. You've got help center, begin troubleshooting, and then submit logs for your particular device. I might submit that Bluetooth thing just to see what they say. But really, it is a very simple and straightforward app for the safe itself. Again, when it works, I really hope that that's not something that is going to be normal. You'll notice that there is no place in here to update firmware for the safe itself. So that is something else to consider, that if there are problems, will Wyze actually be upgrading them? Again, this particular item from Wyze is well outside their area of normalcy. But just know, if you don't see how to update your firmware for it there, you can always come over to your accounts information right here and then select firmware update and then see if anything needs updating. In my case, I have one, but it's not the safe. So that has been a look at the application for the Wyze Safe.